Okay, folks, this is a very important message for me in my life, as it happened as I was thinking from 1989, just when I was released from year 11 high school and basically I was just before, I think it was just before I was released. I went to a class to sample a course on becoming a photocopier technician, so a copier technician's course, and I sat in the class for one day just to see what it was like and to experience it, because that's what I wanted to do when I left high school, of course. That was my dream career, or that's what I thought. I've got bigger things to think about now than just being a technician, but basically that was my goal, that was my dream, and it kept me from going mad at high school with all the teasing and the bullying and the high expectations placed upon me despite me being disabled, and I didn't know I had disability at all. So I was really expecting I was flying it blind, but there was still this direction that I was going in. And this is it's a calendar, freshly picked words, and this one holds a truth to me that I was thinking about in that year, 1989. Find yourself and be that. And I knew the photocopier had a place in my life. I knew, folks, that photocopiers were an intrinsic part of my existence, and I remember thinking, I'm going to find myself, and I knew I was meant to be into photocopiers, but I didn't know the ultimate idea that I was to have. And now I've come to the conclusion that I actually want to redesign the photocopier from scratch. I want to be, when they have technology to fix the broken brain, the brain damage that I had at birth, I'd like to be able to redesign the copier straight from scratch. And basically I've basically pretty much found myself, although there's still going to be lots of fine tuning along the way. I have to get in touch with my partner Luigi. The colour in that looks shithouse, the writing against the background. I do think we need to take out the background colour and it looked really nice. But basically I could just see, even at the age of 16 at the time, that the photocopier was an intrinsic part of me finding myself. And I got lost along the way, folks, when I had problems in 1989 until 2011, and I had a lot of troubles. I suffered an existential crisis, and it made me do some stupid decisions, including rejecting Luigi. But I now know that one day I'm meant to redesign the photocopier, and I'm going to do it, folks. I'm going to do it. I'm going to find myself, and I found myself, and I'm going to be it. I'm going to be the one that redesigns the photocopier from scratch. I'm going to do it, folks, to basically redesign it, make it last longer, give it artificial intelligence to deal with people who are both experienced and also inexperienced operators, have apps available to make apps available in an app store to customize the system, to add features that don't come with the system in its factory form. So it's just going to be built very simply, but the artificial intelligence will come as standard, and the rest of it will be in the form of apps. And even the bodywork of this photocopier is going to have less plastics. Plastics are going to be minimised. We're going to have less plastics. We're going to make our equipment from mostly recycled materials instead of virgin materials, so less resources being wasted on mining. So we use, fuck that. See, this user interface is a pain. It's not really, you can see that it's all about money. The photocopier industry as we know it is all about making a greedy profit and not caring about the environment or the human race or the equipment itself, how these bits and pieces are implemented. It's a load of shit. And basically, yeah, that's what I want to do. That's what I have decided now, folks, that I want to do, is to redesign the photocopier from scratch. Yeah, so, yeah, less plastics, mine the rubbish tips of the world and the e-waste dumps of the world, places like India and China, clean up all that fucking mess that the rich people of today have left behind. You know, we've got to fucking make a difference, folks. We've got to make the place better. And even the chassis of this photocopier will be made out of titanium, and basically the external panels will no longer be made of plastic. They'll be made of materials such as anodized aluminium, titanium, what else? Stainless steel, or even just polished aluminium. So there's a lot of choices in metals that you can get. I love metal, and I want to design this photocopier as if it's mine, but I do believe people will enjoy using it as well. I do feel that it will be a crowd pleaser, because I'm passionate about photocopiers, folks. This is my life. This is who I am. This is my calling, folks, if you will. And this is me, and this is what my future holds in some way. And to become rich and to give most of my money away to philanthropic causes, to help clean up the environment, to help, amongst things, to end homelessness. You know, I really want to make the world a better place for everyone, as much as I can. I don't know if I like that colour. I wonder if I'm going to enlarge it further on the vertical once again. But yeah, I want to make the photocopier even better than what it was. And I can just imagine in the anodized aluminium finishes, they're going to be in bright colours, bright sparkly colours, like green and red and yellow and brown and, yeah, brown. I think brown would look good in the anodized aluminium, actually. That would look really quite nice. But basically, you know, just a variety of finishes and a variety of, you know, to customise the equipment to make it something that anyone would want to have in their office or their workplace, or even in their home, if that's what they want. If they want one in their home, they can have one. That'd be a really nice thing to have there. So, you know, and yeah, and getting people involved in the design, in the building of the equipment, like when we have a factory, and making sustainable employment, not having slave labour in the factory. The factory workers will be paid a little bit more than what they're actually worth. They're going to be given a really good, they're going to be treated really well in the factory. They're not going to be treated like slaves. So, you know, it's going to be like really good occupational health and safety and shit. So it's going to be a really nice place to work, as well as, yeah, and the people that we hire are going to be people who are passionate about photocopiers as well. They're called toner heads. Toner head is another word for a photocopier nerd, a toner head. So, yeah. Oh, I forgot. There's another external finish I forgot to mention. It's a material called Alon. Aluminium, oxygen and nitrogen it's made out of, and it's clear. It's like they call it transparent aluminium, but it's actually a ceramic material, and it's going to be like transparent. So you can imagine a photocopier, you can see some of the innards, the working bits inside it, because of the external panels are see-through. So I'm really excited about being really creative with this equipment in the future. So this is me, the photocopier, folks. The photocopier, that is me. So this is me in 2023 at the age of 50. I've got a lot of work to do, folks. I hope I can live much longer. I hope I can live to see the completion of this task, because I'm passionate. I really want to make a difference in the world, as well as making a beautiful copier system. It's not just about me, it's about the planet and the people and the environment. And that's enough said. I think we can now call this demo quits.